What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well. Sitting back down to get another daily trade recap out of the way. I missed getting yesterday's out of the way. I had a meeting to go to, so once I got home, I was a little behind the curve. Had to get ready for that meeting, and didn't get the recap done. So definitely got to get today's done. Today was a good day in the market, well thought out day in the market, leading all the way up to getting ready pre-market and actually executing today. Did exactly what we were supposed to do. Looking over after dumping my trades, I see I do have one red trade today, which was an absolute donation. It was on a stock, a low small cap stock. Had to order in the system, and I had to order in the system too early. And this thing actually triggered when it shouldn't have triggered because the trade was no longer valid. And took the L on it. So let's go ahead. Let's bring up TRADERVUE so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Reviewing trades for Friday, April 21st. Took 4 trades. Closed P&L $86. And one of those trades was a over the weekend swing play. So we'll take a look at that one as well. But traded the SPY. Nice solid trade, 76 bucks. BURU, that was that one that was a snafu. Microsoft, decent trade. And then BAX, that's our over the weekend hold. And let's go ahead. We'll just take a quick peek and see what we did yesterday. It was chop fest, for lack of a better word. And explaining how I traded today will make sense on why yesterday was the way it was. But yesterday I took 9 trades, y'all. Closed P&L 151 on the day. And look at these SPY trades. Red, 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 and then we get this green one right here. These 2 red trades were the same as this one. Let's take a peek at it and see if I'm right. No, I'm not. That was a put, so hold on. That was a put. Should have been a call. So that was just a, let's take a look at it real quick from here. Getting in right here, and it ripped. Interesting, because like I said, I thought that these should have been calls. No, that's another put. So those were just 2 bad trades. Let's see, 53. Let's go previous. 30. No, yeah, there we go. Call. So that's what I thought. Those trades, and like I said, it'll make more sense when I bring up Thinkorswim and we look at today's trades. But these trades should have been all green trades. And this one again, I don't know why I was taking puts. Look at this 5-minute chart. Clearly in an uptrend. Clearly in an uptrend. And look at what it did. It filled the gap. Let's go on over to Thinkorswim and you're going to see exactly why I shouldn't have been trading puts. And it all made sense to me today. It all made sense this morning when I sat down. And if you notice, you see a lot of these lines. These were not on the chart, so I'm just going to start deleting. And we'll roll with that right there. This is what I was looking at this morning. And what I noticed this morning, if you go all the way back to Monday, pre-market, the SPY would either ramp up, which it did right here, and then it flushes down. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to put this one on there because it should have been on there. And all I'm doing is duplicating and stacking. That's what I call it. My duplicate and stack. Bam. So notice how they touching coming through here now. And I'll go ahead and duplicate and stack again. Duplicate and just stack it on top. Just like that. And there you go. You're getting those points touching again. So Monday, pre-market. The market ramps up because pre-market is the shaded gray area. Ramps up. Market opens. It flushes. And then all throughout the day, it grinds back up. Next day, it flushes down pre-market. Market opens. It ramps all the way back up. Market closes. After hours pre-market, it flushes all the way back down. Market opens. It ramps all the way back up. After hours, it chops around. Market, let's come over here, blow this one up so you can see it a little bit better. So instead of it flushing down this morning, it kind of chopped around and it went up. So yesterday, Thursday, no reason that I should have been buying puts because this had ramped down. Expectation is it's going to ramp all the way back up. This morning, chops around. It opens right up in here. My thought, this is going to ramp up and then it's going to flush down. And that is exactly what it did. It opened, it flushed down. I grabbed a put. It worked, and then I was done. And then it ramped back up. So the SPY has just been in this crazy pre-market. It goes one way and then it flushes. And then it goes one way and then it flushes. So I just kind of took advantage of what that pattern was doing today. But let's take a quick peek at BAX. This is the one that I got over the weekend. Almost like a lottery ticket, I guess you can say. And actually, I won't say that because that BAX trade, I'm actually holding on to that one long term. But this is what I do when I do my swing trades. I'm going to go ahead and kind of break it down. First chart I look at is the weekly. I try to establish if we're in an up or a downtrend. So looking at BAX, we can see that we were in a downtrend. So I'm going to redraw it as a channel, and I'm going to draw that channel. And that is how I actually see the channel. See how I left these points out right here? I want as many points touching. So if I put it here, I only have 2 points. So those are areas where it tried to actually break out of the channel and go down lower. I'm going to change this to yellow because I like my weekly charts to be yellow, and I'm going to thicken it up. So that's the downtrend. I'll extend it to the right. We noticed a couple of weeks ago, it broke the trend. So what I'll do here is just draw that right there. And I'm going to edit it. I'm going to change it to green. And actually, I'll use that color green, widen it, and I'll extend it to the right. But what I won't do, and actually, I'll kind of show you how when I do these also without having an upper area, like I can come right there. And we're just going to do that for now and see how it plays out in the near future. But we're in a downtrend and we're starting to get that break of the downtrend to a possible trend reversal. So weekly, we're in a downtrend. Daily, we're in a downtrend and we get that same break. Now we'll come up to the 4 hour. The 4 hour, you see, we're actually in an uptrend. And I'll go ahead and I'll draw the 4 hour uptrend. I make this the same color, and I might start changing the 4 hour to a different color. But for right now, I'm going to make it the same color that I make like my hourlies. So we see the big picture weekly down channel on this chart, But then we see that we are in an uptrend. On the 4-hour, we come over to the hourly. We see that same picture. We see that we're in the up channel. But one thing here is it's a little tighter. And this is why I kind of do this and break it down. I'll break it down chart by chart. So downtrend with the break, uptrend, hourly, uptrend. So we're transitioning on these charts right here. And then I'll just start looking for the pullback. What I also liked about BAX is that this weekly 50 moving average, this gray line, acts as a magnet. It acts as a magnet. And this could possibly get pulled up there by that magnet. So I bought BAX with time. This contract expires May 19th. So I have a month. And I was talking this over with Spark from Spark and Trade on YouTube. And I was mentioning my thought process on it. And I was like, a lot of times when these stocks are set up like this and this thing gaps up, people look at it and just be like, well, it just gapped up. Well, I'm gapping up because, again, or I'm thinking that it should gap up because this 50 acts as a magnet. And what I said was a lot of times it'll gap up on news, but the chart is telling you that it's going to gap up on news. And then he said BAX has earnings next week. And sure enough, they got earnings next week on the 27th. That could possibly be some good news to get this to gap up. So I went on, I grabbed 4 contracts expiring in May. I paid 13 cents per contract. If this thing does not pan out and these contracts expire worthless, I'll lose $52 on this trade. But the potential is a $10 move. The potential is a $10 move. So that risk was well worth what I could possibly lose on the trade. So that was BAX. But let's go ahead. Let us switch over to our 3-chart layout. And we will take a quick peek at this BURU trade that I took. Basically donated $20 on this trade. This is the 1-minute chart. I was taking this off of a 2-minute play. And on the 2-minute chart, it was setting up for a 2-minute 3-bar play. I put the order in the system before the 2-minute candle had closed. So we'll come back, look at it on just a 2-minute chart. So this is that igniting candle. This is the 2-minute candle. So the high of that candle is 210. I put my entry a penny above it. I put it at 211. This candle has not closed yet. And it comes and it tags me and it rolls over. Stop is at 201. So because I was anticipating this and I put an order in the system and I went to go do something else, this thing triggers me in before this candle even closes. So bad trade on my part by putting that order in the system when I did. I should have let this candle close. And when it peekabooed up here, this is no longer a 3-bar play. So that was a snafu on my part. But let's go ahead and take a peek at SPY. Look at our good trades. Let's take a peek at the good trades that we took today. So we'll bring this over, get a big picture view. Let's go ahead, bring this over, see where we actually got in. And I'm gonna have to click to get the orders to show. Let's see, we'll switch this back over to a 1 minute chart. And let's do that. So pre-market, we see SPY is in the hourly downtrend, but look at what we did pre-market. We have came all the way back up to the top. This one here, I did not have drawn, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete it. That one was not drawn. Market opens, I get in almost immediately. Let's see what time I got in. I got in at 9:30 and 14 seconds. Market opens, this thing kind of shakes around, I get in. I'm probably getting in more so down here. Let's see where we got in on this one. Good fill though. We didn't get filled at the top. So more so as this is breaking back down into the channel. And I get in the trade and immediately I look and I see previous day's close and I see VWAP. And look at what those two areas do. They cause this confusion coming through here, just kind of chopping around, comes back up, and then we get the move that I have been looking for. I get out of 3 contracts. I'm in 4 contracts. I get out of 3 of them as it's coming right here. So I'm in at 104. I'm out at 123. Good solid trade. And then this last contract, I hold it for 2 more minutes and I get out in this candle as it's pushing back up. And then boom, we get that big move down. As always, I like to just see what I left on the table. So that move is right here. That's 198. I'm out at 123. That is $75 per contract. It's $300. Had I trusted this back down to this channel, had I trusted it back down to that channel. Now it's one of those ones. Do you risk this thing making this move and just going back higher? Or do you just take that profit that it's giving you and wait for another reset? I went on and took that profit that it gave me. Possibly could have got in right here on this candle, which would have been getting in around 133 and then riding it back down. So that's the dilemma. And that's why I break these channels up into these levels. Instead of just having it as one big, gigantic channel, I break it up into these small individual channels that it's one big channel, but I need to know where these separate breaks are at in it. So good solid trade there, I think. Let's go ahead and take a peek at Microsoft. See what we did on Microsoft. Pre-market. We look at Microsoft. We see Microsoft was kind of moving in this downtrend. Then 8 o'clock, it starts moving in this uptrend. Market opens. I missed a good entry right there. Perfect entry. Breaks previous low of day and it just tanks and gives up the ghost. Let's look and see where we got in though. Getting in on this candle right here at 950 as this comes back up to previous low of day. It breaks VWAP. I don't have 20 moving average on the charts, I don't think, when I'm trading, but I see it breaking VWAP. That's my entry. I get out what's that, 2 minutes later, as this is coming down to base of the channel. In at 146, I'm out at 161, 2 contracts, $15 a contract. I make 30 bucks in 2 minutes on that trade. Not bad. 4 contracts, I would have made 60 bucks. Comes down, taps the level, comes back up to VWAP, reset, gives up the ghost again and tanks. Sets a high of 236. That's what? 60, 70 bucks, 75, 76 bucks again. 2 contracts. It's another 150 bucks. But do I want to wait through that? Or I could have just been ready and waited for the reset. It breaks this level and it breaks that one. I can get in right there. Basically in around $2. Out at 236. 2 contracts again. That's another $72. Just playing that move down. Just playing that move back down. So after I took those 2 trades, I was pretty much like, okay, I'm done. Had totally forgot about the BURU trade, because without the BURU trade, I would have made 106 bucks. That would have been my daily goal, and I would have made that in 30 minutes. I took this Microsoft trade at 950, and I was out of the Microsoft trade at 952. $100 an hour is what I would have made today. But the BURU trade was the red trade, and I ended up making $86 an hour. I ask, is that bad money? Is that bad money to spend maybe an hour before the market opens from 8:30 to 9:30? I do mines basically from 9 until 9:30. So 30 minutes of pre-market setup. The market opens at 9:30. I'm just looking for my opportunity to get in a trade. And I'm trying to be done at the latest 11:30. So when you hear me say that I'm day trading, don't take that as me sitting in front of this computer all day long. I'm getting in and out. Now, not every morning will the charts be right where I like it to be to get in on trade, and I could take a trade at 9:30 in 15 seconds. Sometimes I have to wait and let it set up. Sometimes I'm impatient. Today, my pre-market routine, I said I am only loading puts. I'm not going to do like I did the previous day and have both puts and calls in there and try to play it either way. My thought this morning was, if this does not give me an opportunity to take puts because everything was showing the same picture that they were going to go down, if that was not the case, then I just wouldn't take a trade today. And that has to be my thought process going into the market every day. I made me like a little notepad that I use now. I think I mentioned it a few days ago, where basically I do the same thing like I just did on BAX. I look at the weekly, I see what trend it's in. I look at the daily, I look at the 4 hour, the hourly, and then intraday. And I need to see how things are lining up. And I need to see if a stock is in a weekly uptrend, I need to wait till it's at the very top if I want to start playing puts back down. And I need that confirmation on the 4 hour chart that it's kind of trend changing. So just trying to improve on what we're doing over here at LMD Trading to make our trades better every day. But felt very good about today's trading. Like I say, that one snafu where I had that order just sitting out there and it triggered me in, was a trade that I didn't need to take. That was a loss of 20 bucks that I just donated to the cause. That was tuition. That was tuition that I paid to the market today. So hope y'all enjoyed the recap. If you hadn't hit that like button already, please do so. Please do so. If you are not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. I always say this market, it makes you think that it's in a downtrend still, but we're not. The SPY needs to break 415 though. SPY needs to break 415 to keep going higher. And today it closed at what? 412. So it needs to break 415. That's where I have my level kind of marked at 415, 416 in that range. It needs to break it, and not just break it, but break and retest. It needs to break it, come back down, touch it, buy or step in, and take it back higher. On that note, I'm going to wrap this one up, and we will be back at it again Monday. Peace.